Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark at GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time-sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the June 10th, 2024 episode of Second Cup. Great to be with you. June 10th already. Where is the year going? In another 10 days, it's going to be the start of summer. That'll be the summer solstice. I checked with Alexa just now. Alexa, when does summer start?
In the United States, summer begins on Thursday, June 20th.
There you go. Thursday, June 20th. In 10 days, it's going to be the start of summer. How about that? Wow. Again, where is the year going? And matter of fact, we asked that question in this morning's Monday morning mailbag. Check it out in case you missed it. Where's the time going? Because we had a shave den visit courtesy of viewer Tim Whitcup, and he happened to send along a photograph of his George sketch that he got for supplying a shaving tip. And it was dated June 7th, 2021. It's been 3 years since he received his George sketch. And I'm just thinking, where's the time going? My gosh. Wow. Well, you know, a lot of great Monday morning mailbags and second cups have taken place in the time. And I really do appreciate everyone out there for tuning in and making it all possible. So thank you so much for being a viewer and a listener. I really, really do appreciate it. So how you doing this morning? What kind of coffee do you have this morning? I have, out of my Keurig machine, a cup of McDaniel's Donut Shop. Now, if you've never heard of McDaniel's coffee, this is a brand of coffee. It's kind of a bargain coffee that is sold in a store called Save-A-Lot. Save-A-Lot is a chain of grocery stores in Northeast Ohio. And they're kind of on the same level as an Aldi, where you go in and you get a lot of great deals on a lot of different items. And of course, their coffee is priced a little less expensive than some of the other bigger brands. But it's not a bad cup of coffee at all. It's pretty darn good. Hang on, one more sip. Yeah, that is really, you know what? That is surprisingly very, very good. And again, this morning, I'm using my Washington Post coffee mug. As a matter of fact, this is an audio-only podcast. And what's funny is I'm holding it up in front of the camera right now as if to show you. And you can't see it right now, but if I had a camera on, I was pointing it right at the camera, you would have been able to see it had the camera been on. That's pretty funny. Anyhow, how are you today? I had a great time Saturday night. I went to a dinner, and there were some games and raffles and that sort of thing. And all the prizes were gift wrapped. So when you won something, you went over to the table and you selected it based on the gift wrap. If something was pleasing to your eye, at least that's the way I did it. So you didn't know what was inside until you made your selection and then went back, sat down, and opened it up. And I grabbed something that looked to be the size of a safety razor. It was in a box that looked to be the size of a safety razor. And many of the folks who were at that dinner know that I have a channel and I talk about the traditional wet shave. And many were saying, hey, that looks like it's a safety razor. And I didn't open it up right away. I won another prize, and I opened up that one. That was some seasoning for steak. That was pretty cool. And I also won a throw, like a little comforter throw. I won that. So that was kind of neat. Oh, and I won a bottle of wine. I really cleaned up. I won a bottle of wine. And that particular wine I gave to my nephew Mike, because Mike and his wife Brittany own that winery, Cote Winery in Mount Gilead. So if you're ever in Mount Gilead, Ohio, stop by. They got a really, really lovely winery there. So I gave it to Mike and said, hey, try this wine, and if it's good, you can steal the recipe. I don't know. Is that the right word? Is that the right word when it comes to making wine? A recipe, or is it a formula? Or I'm not entirely sure what it is. But yeah, he thought that was kind of funny. And I took a picture of the label before I gave it to him. Just in case I needed to talk about it, like on Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag, something like that. And this is a wine from Bully Hill Vineyards, and it's called Sweet Walter Red. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but I'll link that below in case you are interested in it. I don't drink wine, so that's another reason why I gave it to my nephew Mike, but it's Sweet Walter Red Wine by Bully Hill Vineyards, and I believe they have a website, and I'll link to the website, and it might be available on Amazon. If it's available on Amazon, I'll put a link up on Amazon as well. Anyhow, so later on in the evening, I decided that I was going to open up that box to see if it was a safety razor. And lo and behold, it wasn't a safety razor. It was not a safety razor. It was a really neat LED flashlight. Now, this particular flashlight brand is called Jard Light, Jardlite. And they have a variety of models. This one that I happen to win is battery powered. It's not rechargeable. It looks like it takes 3 or 4 AAA batteries, I think. Here, I'm going to unscrew the back of it again and take a look at it. I'm doing that right now. So you can see, but it's a really neat, and it's got like a little container that holds 3, looks to be 3 AAA batteries. And you put them in this little case, and then you insert that whole little case inside the sleeve of the flashlight, and then you screw it back down, and it's really a very well-made flashlight. I'm going to tighten that up again, and it has a little on-off switch right at the very, very back of the handle, and like that. Can you hear that? And it has a sliding zoom lens. I'm sliding it back and forth. Here, give it a listen. So when you slide it all the way forward, it's a spotlight. And when you slide it all the way forward, it's a spotlight. And when you slide it all the way back towards you, it becomes a floodlight. And it really is a powerful flashlight. Looks to be an item that costs anywhere from $10 to $20. And they have some others on Amazon, variety of sizes, variety of prices, but this one was really, really neat. I mean, that's a really, really neat prize. So I was really happy to win it, but they do have some USB-powered rechargeable flashlights that can be recharged via USB. This one has AAA. This one uses AAA battery, so I kind of prefer that really for the size of the flashlight. So it's not a safety razor. Everyone thought it was going to be a safety razor, but it's a really, really neat LED emergency flashlight, and it's a really nice item. So I was happy to win that. So all in all, it was a great evening out, a great dinner. It was a taco bar. Man, was that good. So I really, really enjoyed myself, and it was a nice change of pace to get out and to talk to folks. And yeah, a lot of folks want to know about the traditional wet shave and that sort of thing. Also, I had one friend approach me. He wanted to know about the Gillette Labs razor. as it compares to the Harry's razor. Now, these are cartridge razors, and we did do a review of the Gillette Labs cartridge razor, and it's very, very good, although I did warn him that they've put the lubricating and exfoliating strips in the handle, not in the cartridge head. So it looks like that Gillette is, if you like that cartridge razor, not only are you going to be paying for more cartridge razor heads, but eventually those strips in the handle are going to wear down and you'll probably have to buy a whole new razor handle. Rather sneaky of them. But he is a cartridge razor user, cartridge razor shaver, and he loves it. And he was wondering where it was made because someone also gifted him with a Harry's razor. And he knows that Harry's is made in Germany and that the quality of razor blades coming out of Germany are very, very good. But he wanted to know where the Gillette Labs razor was manufactured. And I put out some inquiries, one to Matt Pisarcik, because Matt is just the authority on everything Gillette. And I'm waiting for an answer from him. And I also posed this question to Mark Bagwell. Mark Bagwell is also very, very knowledgeable. So when I get those answers in an upcoming Second Cup, we'll share those with you, or maybe even in Monday Morning Mailbag. So looking forward to receiving those answers and getting a little more knowledge from some guys who really, really know a lot of things about Gillette and the traditional wet shave. So thanks so much again for tuning in and joining me this morning. Absolutely great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me, whether it's a McDaniel's coffee out of your Keurig machine or Dunkin' Donuts or something from Sterling or whatever it is that you're enjoying this morning. Thanks very much for sitting down, having a cup of coffee with me, and just listening to the Second Cup broadcast as we talk about all things traditional wet shave. Let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. On a previous Monday morning mailbag, we talked about a device. Well, viewer Roderick McLeod sent along photographs of a device that helps squeeze the shaving cream out of a shaving cream tube completely, much like those toothpaste squeegee devices that would help roll up a tube of toothpaste to get all the toothpaste out so you're not squeezing in the middle. And he sent along a device that he said worked very, very well on metal tubes, and maybe not so well on plastic tubes, but a lot of the shaving creams that we have in our shave dens are in metal tubes. And I happen to be showing some of the shave cream tubes that I happen to have in my shave den, and I held up Palmolive shaving cream, and I thought, wow, look at this, Palmolive shaving cream. I haven't used this in a while. I need to use this, and I was wondering aloud if they still made Palmolive shaving cream. Now, Roderick very kindly emailed me and he said, hey, Mark, you asked if Palmolive cream is still made. It is still made in Germany in a green tube and Italy in a red tube. There's also a sensitive version made in Germany that appears to have been discontinued. They stopped making the stick several years ago. And I remember the Palmolive shaving stick, and I think I still have a couple of those. Those were great. And based on the performance of the shaving stick, I think this was the order I did it in. I bought the shaving stick first, and then I bought the shaving cream. I think that's how I did it. But I'm glad to hear that the shaving cream is still available in Germany and also in Italy. And that means that we here in the U.S. can get it through an eBay seller, that sort of thing. But the shaving sticks are no more. Now, it's just the other way around when it comes to La Toja. I recently heard from viewer Mark Bagwell, and he sent along a picture of La Toja shaving cream, and he wrote, when it was first introduced, I reviewed this cream on your show. This was really a great cream. I was getting ready to order more because I'm running out, but now I can't. They stopped making it. And I'm a bit disappointed myself because I wanted to try La Toja shaving cream because I have the shaving sticks, the La Toja shaving sticks, and I think La Toja is very, very good. It's a really good shaving soap, and I was really interested in trying some of their shaving cream. Now, La Toja has an interesting backstory and history. We've talked about it before, but it's always great to revisit this. The La Toja shave stick has an interesting backstory. Legend has it that a sick donkey was abandoned by its master on the island of La Toja off the coast of Galicia in Spain. That's spelled Galicia. Galicia, I think it's pronounced Galicia. Okay, Galicia, Galicia. That's what I'm going to go with. Off the coast of Galicia in Spain. When the owner returned later, the donkey was inexplicably healthy. The miracle was attributed to the therapeutic hot springs on the island, which led to La Toja becoming a famous spa destination. For nearly 200 years, La Toja's thermal salts have maintained their esteemed reputation for healing the skin and body. As for the shave stick itself, it's made with natural ingredients, including mineral salts from La Toja. These salts are believed to have soothing and nourishing properties, leaving the skin refreshed after each shave. When you open the tube, you'll be greeted by a clean, warm scent. Some users describe it as a powdery milk soap with a hint of detergent, but the detergent note disappears once lathered up. Now, again, they mentioned cream. They were describing the cream there, but the shave stick is still available. And I have one of those shave sticks in my DOP kit. I have to break it out again and use it because I really enjoyed the shave with it. And I was very, very intrigued by these therapeutic salts that are included in that shave stick and all the other natural ingredients. So yeah, really, really neat. So we'll have a link to La Toja on Amazon because Amazon does still sell the La Toja shave sticks, and they're priced very, very inexpensively. You can get about 3 of those shave sticks for about, $11, $12. I think when I looked at them, don't quote me on that. I'll have to double check, but not an exorbitant amount of money is my point. But really disappointed that La Toja no longer makes the shave cream, but they still make the shave stick. Palmolive still makes the shave cream, but they no longer make their shave stick. So that's a little wrap up regarding shave sticks and shave creams from 2 favorites here on the show, La Toja and Palmolive. My thanks to Roderick McLeod and also Mark Bagwell for the information. Gentlemen, thank you both very, very much. Viewer Rob Bruno checked in and he wrote, Mark, Old Salty from Phoenix Shaving just dropped. You have to try this one. My favorite scent. Rob. Hey, Rob, thank you very, very much for the heads up on this. I have seen this on the Phoenix Shaving website in the past, never ordered it. This is on my list. I'm very intrigued. Here's what they have to say about Old Salty on the Phoenix Shaving product page. Arg, it be Old Salty. Fans of ocean-esque scents will love this, and fans of Swedish Dream Sea Salt Body Soap will absolutely freak. Here's the scent profile. A clean, fresh, bracing scent of salty, crisp ocean air surrounded by hints of balsam, driftwood, and citrus with quieter notes of oak moss and vanilla. That sounds amazing, and it sounds like something that's going to be perfect for summer. I mean, absolutely wonderful, wonderful summer scent, in my opinion, just from reading that scent profile. Looks like it's going to be a great summer scent. Also great year-round. That's what I'm concluding here. I haven't tried it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to order this. As they write here, this was all master brush maker Robert Carey of Zen Shave's idea. For years, Rob has been begging me to make this stuff, sending me tiny samples of their body soap, only for me to lose and never get a sniff of. I know I suck as a friend. Finally, during the Christmas season of 2017, the muse struck, and I thought I'd surprise my bud with something he thought he'd never see: Old Salty. Old Salty, like the body soap it's dedicated to, is both invigorating and refreshing with a kiss of sunshine. This stuff is sure to put a smile on your face. P.S. If you are not familiar with Robert Carey's work, check him out. He was one of the first brush makers on the scene, and he really takes it to another level: pure art. Well, there you go. A recommendation for Robert Carey's brushwork. That's great to hear. And Old Salty, a really, really terrific sounding scent from Phoenix Shaving. And of course, we all love the CK6 performance. Formula CK6 just makes heaps and heaps of lather. I mean, in an instant. It's amazing, amazing shave soap. If you've never tried Phoenix Shaving shave soaps, give one of them a try. They are absolutely wonderful. My first was Future Fiction, and I was so impressed, not only with the scent really pulled me in, the artwork. It had a Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon kind of artwork to it. Loved that. As a cartoonist, that just pulled me right in. Then the scent pulled me in. And then when I built a lather with it, wow, I was sold, and I've never looked back. Phoenix Shaving really is tops. They are really top shelf when it comes to making some great, great scents, fragrances, shaving soap performance, aftershaves, balms. They cover all the bases, and they've offered a lot of great wet shaving gear in the way of shaving brushes and razors. Yeah, definitely check out Phoenix Shaving if you've never tried any of their products. I highly recommend their shave soap in Formula CK6. And my thanks to Rob Bruno for the heads up on Old Salty. It sounds wonderful. Thanks again, Rob. Really do appreciate it. Now, we just mentioned Phoenix Shaving and how they offer everything across the board for the traditional wet shave. They have shaving soap, aftershave splashes, balms, brushes, razor blades, alum blocks, you name it. And they also have a wonderful variety of safety razors. And many of these safety razors, their designs are based on safety razors from yesteryear. These great safety razors from the past, from the wet shaving history. And Douglas does a great job in researching the history of the safety razor and the traditional wet shave, and bringing these great homages to market. So you can have a razor based on something that was made back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and have a modern equivalent of it in your shave den. Really, really neat. And we've talked about many of them, and I have several in my own shave den, and I absolutely love the Phoenix Shaving razors. Well, they have another one that has come back. It's back again, the Quantum Safety Razor. Boy, this is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful razor. I have one of these, and as they write here, the Quantum Safety Razor mixed metal prototype. It's a limited number of these available. This is made, this razor comes in a copper, brass, and stainless steel design. There you go. 3 metals make up this safety razor. Now, my Quantum only has 2 metals, the brass and the stainless. I don't believe I have the copper folded into my particular Quantum razor. Now, these are $120 each. Very limited stock, a second generation prototype design. And as they write here, it's all about complementing metals. That's right, people. We decided to just mix it all up and get it out. Brass, copper, and stainless dance in harmony and deliver one hell of a smooth shave. The Quantum Mixed Metal Proto Safety Razor. So as you might imagine, we test out our razor designs over and over in all sorts of metals and ultimately decide which we like best. And with all this testing, we have to do a few small runs. Lordy, I wish we could just order one at a time. That said, this is where you, our loyal and faithful Shave Cadet, benefit, meaning after such a long wait for our next run, Fran and I have decided to build some Franken Quantums. The geometry for all of them is the same, so fear not, but each component is one of a kind. A complete Quantum Proto is made up of a brass flare tip, 2 copper plate options, both included, and a super grippy stainless handle. How about that? Now, here's where the history of the safety razor comes into play here. As Douglas writes, but what is it? Still one of our most epic homages to date, a tribute to the vintage Eclipse red ring. Collectors will immediately know what I'm referring to. This original design was created by James Neal and Company of Composite Steel Works of Sheffield, England, or Steel City. Released in the mid-30s, it had a good 20-year run before disappearing into obscurity, as all epic razors are wont to do. Now, this razor is it's an open comb straight bar. It really is amazing, and that's what he writes here. An open comb straight bar? Kinda. It certainly is a unique Art Deco design, bringing with it a lot of innovations, which included a magnet on the handle to pick up blades. Yep, they did it first, folks. It's not a new idea. Now, we've mentioned this in the America razor and some of the other razors, the winning razor that are offered by Yates. They have a magnet in the bottom of the handle. You can pick up blades. Well, these folks did it with the vintage Eclipse Red Wing, the vintage Eclipse Red Ring razor back in the 1930s. How about that? I never knew that. That's really amazing. But he notes here, we did not add the magnet to ours. Instead, we combined it with our ever popular flare tip. Yeah, these replaceable flare tips that you can buy and then kind of screw into the bottom of the handle so you can change up the look of it. You can get different colored flare tips to add to your handle. Really neat touch. Another homage in its own right to the handle of the Gillette red tip. Yeah, you could say that, absolutely, because you can kind of get a red flare tip if you want to put that on the bottom of your handle. It really just seemed like it was meant to be. The red ring meets the red tip. What can I say? I blend things for a living. Now, here's the notation regarding this particular razor. Note, keep in mind, these are prototypes. So there may be tiny, very tiny cosmetic imperfections, but they are hardly noticeable to the untrained eye or a fellow without twitching OCD. Again, these are a piece of Phoenix history. Embrace them. And it comes with 2 base plates, an alpha and a beta. The alpha plate is a little more aggressive than the beta. The beta is the more mild of the two. Now, when I bought mine, I did 2 reviews and I got those base plates mixed up. In my second review, I corrected that. On mine, I have an alpha and an omega base plate. They labeled that second plate as omega. Now, the alpha plate is aggressive. And on my razor, the omega is mild. On this particular prototype, the alpha is aggressive and the beta is mild. Now, for my Quantum razor, I really didn't notice that big of a difference between the alpha, more aggressive base plate, and the omega. I think there's maybe a couple of clicks difference when it comes to level of aggression, but I can probably shave with either one. But when I break it out again, I think I'm just going to use the omega plate. And that's only because I prefer using mild razors. I like using a mild razor with a good sharp blade, and that's how I get a really good shave. And if you talk to some wet shavers out there, some wet shavers prefer that method. A nice mild razor and a very sharp blade. Now, there are other wet shavers that find that the other way around works for them. A highly aggressive razor and a blade that is a bit on the milder side. So it's, your face, your rules, whatever works for you. And the Quantum razor may be a very good choice to experiment with. You have two different plates. They offer you two different levels of aggression, an aggressive plate and a mild plate. So you could play around with it and get the aggressive plate and put a little milder razor blade in that, and get the mild base plate and put in a very, very sharp razor blade in there. So it might be a very, very good razor for you to experiment with. I know I love mine, and again, when I break it out, I'm going to use the milder of the two base plates. And then maybe with 2-3 days worth of beard growth, I'll pull out that aggressive plate. And, because I have a little more whisker to cut through. So regardless of the plate I use with the Quantum razor, I'm going to get a really, really great shave. And again, mine is stainless steel and brass, and this prototype is copper, brass, and stainless steel. How about that? A limited number available, $120 each. We'll have the link below so you can check it out. If you're looking for a new razor with a little bit of adjustability, so to speak, a little variability, well, here's the Quantum razor with two base plates, an alpha and a beta. The alpha is aggressive, the beta is more mild, and or I should say, the alpha is aggressive, the beta is mild, and give it a look, give it a go, because Phoenix Shaving does make and offer some wonderful, wonderful safety razors. So I just wanted to pass that on to you before they're sold out. And I hope by the time you hear this, there is still stock available. From Phoenix Shaving, the Quantum Safety Razor with two base plates, an alpha and a beta, 3 metals, copper, brass, and stainless steel. We'll have a link below. Check it out. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a wonderful service whereby you can get free movies, free books, free audiobooks, music, that sort of thing. I may have talked about it before on a Second Cup podcast, but it really is worth mentioning again. It's called Hoopla. Hoopla is a cloud-based digital library service that provides streaming access to movies, TV shows, music, and audiobooks for people with a public library membership. Here's how it works. You sign up by registering for a Hoopla account on the Hoopla digital website. You enter your login information, select your local library, and provide your library membership number. Hoopla will then attempt to connect you to participating libraries in your area. Once you're registered, you can immediately start borrowing content. Borrowed items don't count towards your library's borrowing limit. Hoopla offers audiobooks, ebooks, music. Music is good for a 7-day rental, and movies, TV shows, which is about 72 hours. And you can use Hoopla on iOS, Android, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, or the web. And again, this is all sponsored through the library system. So if you're looking for a great resource to get some really, really terrific free content that you can borrow, just go into the Hoopla app, just borrow away. I mean, you can borrow a great book, you can borrow movies, TV shows. It really is a very, very good service. As a matter of fact, we talked about a movie not so long ago called Fracture, and it starred Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling, and I happened to watch that through the Hoopla system. It really is a terrific, terrific streaming service, sponsored through the library system. Your local library probably will give you access to it. Just download it, get a login, tie in your library card, and then you're all set to go. And I have been using it, and I really, really enjoy the content that I'm receiving right now. I've got a book and a movie that I just recently borrowed, and really enjoying those selections. And we'll talk about those down the road. So check it out, Hoopla, Hoopla. And make sure that your local library is tied into that system. And if they're not, ask them why not, because it really is a terrific, terrific free streaming service. Hoopla. We'll get you the link below where you can get more information off of their website, and go up to your Android store or your Apple store, wherever iPhones get apps. I'm sorry, I don't have an iPhone. And just search for Hoopla, get the app, download it, and you're all set. Hoopla, check it out. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.